Welcome back, Patriots, and thanks so much for tuning in to episode number 11 of the Patriot Power Freedom Files, your go-to source for a journey into the heart of the American Revolution and its history. I'm super excited that you're here, ready to dive into the untold stories of remarkable individuals, epic battles, and pivotal key moments and events that sculpted the birth of the United States. I understand you're all busy, so each video is designed to be short but informative, and I want to deliver a wealth of historical insight to you without taking much of your time. So on this day, today, in January 17th in 1781, a very important battle took place, and that was the Battle of Cowpens. So as the southern colonies faced the ebb and flow of war, the Battle of Cowpens emerged as a defining clash. In the fields of South Carolina, American forces, led by the cunning Brigadier General Daniel Morgan, confronted the formidable British Army commanded by the notorious Lieutenant Colonel Banistre Tarleton. Morgan, a veteran tactician, devised a brilliant plan that exploited the impetuous nature of Tarleton. Deploying a front line of militia, he actually baited the British into an aggressive charge, then lured them back into a deadly trap. The Continental Army, holding the center, stood firm, while sharpshooters and militia flanked the British from both sides. Key players in this masterpiece included the skilled sharpshooter Timothy Murphy, whose precise shot took down British officer Sir James Webster, which severely impacted the morale of the British Army. Additionally, Colonel John Howard's disciplined command of the Continental Line played a very critical role in repelling the British assault. As the battle unfolded, a little-known fact comes to light: the strategic deployment of the double envelope. So Morgan's forces executed a really rare maneuver, encircling the British on both sides, which caused confusion and chaos among the enemy ranks. Then, in a dramatic turn, the American militia, initially positioned at the forefront, executed a disciplined retreat, which drew all of the British even further into the trap. The Continental forces then unleashed a withering fire, turning the tide decisively in favor of the Americans. The Battle of Cowpens proved to be a resounding victory for the Continental Army, with over 800 British casualties compared to just 72 American losses. This engagement marked a turning point in the Southern campaign, boosting American morale and setting the stage for subsequent successes. As the dust settled on the fields of Cowpens, it became clear that this battle, which is oftentimes overshadowed by larger conflicts, played a very crucial role in the shaping of the narrative of the American Revolution. The brilliance of Daniel Morgan's strategy and the valor of the American forces showcased the spirit that would ultimately lead to independence. Now, this was a big victory in part that Morgan defeated Banistre Tarleton. Tarleton was a good military fighter and a tactician, but those skills on the battlefield and as a leader of men are overshadowed due to his ruthless and barbaric acts. For example, during the Waxhaws Massacre, which happened on May 29th in 1780, one of the most infamous incidents that he was associated with occurred during the Battle of Waxhaws. After the American forces, which were led by Abraham Buford, they all surrendered, Tarleton's troops engaged in a ruthless massacre. And contrary to the accepted rules of war at the time, the British soldiers continued to attack and kill wounded American soldiers, leading to the brutal moniker Tarleton's Quarter. Another example of his ruthless nature is the capture of Charleston. He played a pretty big role in that, where he demonstrated a very harsh approach toward prisoners of war. Reports suggest that he ordered the execution of American soldiers who had already surrendered, adding to his reputation for showing little mercy. This guy was a bad dude. Smart, but ruthless. And in so many other Southern raids, he and his forces engaged in looting, burning homes, and confiscating property, contributing to a sense of terror among local communities. He didn't care if you were in the army or a civilian, he went after you. And his reputation for brutality was used as a psychological weapon which instilled fear, deterring the resistance. Tarleton died on January 15th, almost the same day in 1833, at the age of 78. Give this video a thumbs up, a like, follow, and share, or do all of these. Share the Patriot Power Freedom Files with somebody that you think might enjoy it as well. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and of course YouTube. And if you want more and are looking for an in-depth discussion in a chronological order of the American Revolution, please consider my podcast, which is called the Patriot Power Podcast. It's available on all platforms. The website for the podcast includes show notes, videos, pictures, paintings, links, maps, and a ton more resources that I neatly organize and compile for you, which allows you to dive even deeper into each show's topic. Many schools and homeschools across the country are using it as part of their curriculum, so don't worry, it is kid-friendly. Everything and more is at patriotpowerpodcast.com. Thanks so much for watching and learning about what happened in history on today's date, January 17th, 1781.